How many times have you started the year with big dreams, only to reach December feeling like nothing has changed? It's as if time slipped through your fingers, leaving behind nothing but frustration, right? But what if I told you that this last month could be the most important of your life? That in just 31 days you could turn things around and transform what seemed lost into real achievements? Today, I'm going to share something few people know. Powerful numbers inspired by ancient spiritual philosophies that could be the key to unlocking energy, prosperity, and balance in your life. It doesn't matter what went wrong so far. December can still be the month that changes everything. Are you ready to find out how? There comes a moment in our lives when we feel something needs to change. Maybe you look back on this past year and see shelved dreams, forgotten promises, or opportunities that slipped through your fingers. That weight is real, isn't it? December isn't just the end of the year. It can be the start of your turnaround, the moment you finally take control of your story. Do you feel like life has been testing you? Like everything you try seems to move slowly, as if something is holding you back? I've seen this so many times with so many people. They drown in their routines, try everything, yet the results never come. But you know what I've learned? Change begins the moment you decide to change from within. The chaos around you is merely a reflection of your inner disconnection. Let me share something I've witnessed. A woman came to me, desperate. Her life felt like a maze with no way out. Debt, despair, loneliness. She asked me, "What did I do wrong? Why does nothing work for me?" And I said, "You're carrying so much weight from the past that there's no space to build a future." We started working on what truly mattered, aligning her heart with her deepest desires. Not based on what she thought she should want, but on what her soul truly yearned for. And do you know what happened? She began to notice patterns in her own life, understanding that some choices were blocking her energy. From there, she started making different decisions, small ones at first, but powerful enough to change the course of everything. Not because luck knocked on her door, but because she was finally ready to embrace it. Now I ask you, how are you ending this year? Do you feel you're exactly where you want to be? If the answer is no, that's okay. You're not alone. But if there's something inside you that longs for a fresh start, know that it's possible. And it begins here now by opening yourself up to new possibilities. On the path to transformation, there are tools that can guide you in surprising ways. Among them are numbers that, based on ancient philosophies, carry specific energies to transform your reality. I'm going to show you how they can be used to bring balance, clarity, and the change you've been seeking. Are you ready to uncover these secrets? Have you ever felt the need to pause the world around you and ask yourself, who am I really? What do I want for my life? That moment of introspection is rarer than it seems, but it's essential for finding clarity amidst the chaos. And do you know what's even more intriguing? There's a specific energy that invites us to do just that, the energy of the number 7. The number 7, known as the symbol of self-discovery, guides us inward, away from external noise. It's like a compass pointing to our essence, challenging us to look beyond appearances and dive deep into what truly matters. Think about the last time you took a moment to reflect on your own patterns, dreams, and choices. Let me share a story with you. A young woman I met was trapped in a constant cycle of comparison. Her life revolved around social media and what others were doing, leaving her increasingly lost. When we introduced the concept of the number 7, she began practicing moments of introspection, turning off her phone, journaling her thoughts, and asking herself simple yet profound questions. Over time, she not only found greater balance, but also started making decisions based on what truly made sense for her. But you don't have to wait for a crisis to start this process. The energy of the number 7 reminds us that by connecting with our essence, we create space for true transformation. Try setting aside one day a week to disconnect and do something that helps you think. Meditation, reading, even a simple walk. Use that time to ask yourself, am I living in alignment with what I believe? This internal connection also gives us strength to handle external challenges. It's like strengthening the roots of a tree before a storm arrives. When you understand who you are and what you want, tough choices become clearer. You stop living on autopilot and start creating the life you desire. And here's the most interesting part. This journey of introspection not only transforms you, but also prepares you to welcome the right opportunities. Next, we'll talk about another number that expands this vision, bringing inspiration and purpose to your days. There are moments in life when all we need is a spark of clarity, that flash of inspiration that lights our path and reveals a way that once seemed hidden. The number 11 is exactly that, a bridge between what you're living now and the vision of who you can become. It carries an energy that connects us to purpose, guiding our steps with courage and intuition. Have you ever felt like something greater is trying to guide you? Like the universe is whispering a reminder to follow a specific path? The number 11 is one of those signs, calling us to trust in our ideas and explore uncharted territories. Those who have embraced this energy know how it can transform dreams into reality. I remember a man who, after years in his comfort zone, started feeling restless. He knew he needed to change but didn't know how. In a conversation, he learned about the power of the number 11 and decided to try something simple. Every morning upon waking, he would write down his biggest inspiration for the day. Over time, he realized these small moments of clarity began shaping major decisions. His vision became clearer, and what once seemed impossible turned into a concrete plan. The energy of the number 11 reminds us that when we're inspired, there are no limits to what we can achieve. But inspiration alone isn't enough. It's essential to act, even if it's just small steps. Start by setting aside a few minutes each day to reflect on where you want to go and what you can do to move closer to that goal. This simple practice can be the difference between stagnation and transformation. As we walk forward with this expanded vision, we begin to feel the need to bring these ideas into the real world. Because the true power of inspiration lies in transforming it into something tangible, something that brings us balance and security. This leads us to explore another essential energy, one that complements vision and gives it form. If there's one force capable of changing the world, it's creativity. The number 3 embodies this powerful energy, a source of expression that connects us to the most authentic parts of ourselves. It invites us to bring forth ideas that have been hidden, to use our skills to create something that impacts our lives and those around us. True transformation happens when we find unique ways to express ourselves. Have you ever caught yourself daydreaming about something you'd love to do but never acted on? A project, an idea, or a new skill? The number 3 reminds us that these ideas don't arise by chance. They're invitations to manifest our essence. It's not about being perfect. It's about taking the first step, turning thoughts into actions. A friend once told me she felt an inexplicable emptiness despite her busy routine. I asked her, "When was the last time you created something just for the joy of it?" That's when she realized that between the responsibilities and pressures of daily life, she had neglected her creativity. She decided to start small, writing poetry in a notebook. The results were incredible. What began as a hobby became a way to connect deeply with herself, bringing balance and a fresh energy into her life. And what about you? What have you been holding inside, waiting for the right moment to bring it to life? It could be something simple, like starting a journal, learning to play an instrument, or finally embarking on a project you've always dreamed of. The important thing is to make room for your creativity to flow, because it's within that flow that you'll find answers you won't discover anywhere else but within yourself. When we let our personal expression come to life, something magical happens. We feel more connected to the present, more alive. The energy of the number 3 is a reminder that the world needs what you have to offer, and by creating, you not only transform your reality, but also build a solid foundation to sustain everything that comes next. No great change happens without structure. The number 4 is the foundation of transformation, representing the power of discipline and the need to build a stable base for any goal. It's not about doing everything at once, but about establishing a solid routine that supports your choices. Stability isn't a destination, it's the path that allows you to grow without collapsing. Think about your life right now. Are your actions guided by a clear direction, or are they at the mercy of circumstances? Often we want quick results, but overlook the fact that true progress requires consistency. It's like wanting to save money without ever tracking your spending. The number 4 teaches us that transformation starts with small, organized steps repeated with dedication. I once met a man who was constantly frustrated because he never seemed to achieve his goals. He would start projects but give up halfway through. When he understood the importance of the number 4, everything changed. He began planning his days with simple priorities, one important task at a time. Within a few months, he started seeing results and realized that the secret wasn't doing more, but doing better and with focus. Stability also means knowing what you're willing to sacrifice to achieve your goals. Are you ready to say no to what doesn't add value, to dedicate time to what truly matters? This isn't easy, but it's essential. When you organize your life around a purpose, your actions become more powerful and results become inevitable. But discipline doesn't mean rigidity. It's about creating a structure that works for you. A great way to start is with clear and achievable daily goals. They don't need to be grand, they just need to be consistent. For example, dedicate 20 minutes a day to something that brings you closer to your goals. Don't underestimate the power of small decisions, because they're the foundation of true stability. As you grow more grounded in your choices, you'll notice something special. A natural balance emerges when you organize your life. This balance prepares you to navigate the inevitable cycles of your journey. After all, stability is only one part of a much larger movement. Life is made of cycles. There are times of expansion and achievement, followed by periods of introspection and new beginnings. The number 26 reminds us that embracing these natural movements isn't weakness, it's wisdom. When you understand that everything has its time, you stop fighting the flow and begin to find balance. It's not about running all the time, it's about knowing when to move forward and when to step back. How many times have you blamed yourself for not always being at your best? This mindset is one of the biggest enemies of balance. You can't plant and harvest at the same time. Sometimes you need to pause, observe, and respect the time to plant new ideas. The number 26 teaches us to see pauses as part of progress, not as setbacks. I recall a woman who was experiencing deep burnout. She believed success meant doing more, always more. When she started applying the concept of the number 26, everything changed. She reorganized her days, setting aside specific moments for rest and reflection. In doing so, she found the strength to return with greater focus and energy. The pause didn't take her away from her goals, On the contrary, it made them more attainable. This number invites us to observe cycles with awareness. How can you balance work and rest in your routine? A practical tip is to evaluate weekly how you're using your time. Ask yourself, am I dedicating too much to one thing and neglecting another important area? Small adjustments can create harmony between your commitments and your personal energy. And most importantly, remember that balance doesn't mean perfection. It's not about measuring every step, but recognizing the signals from your body and mind. When you feel overwhelmed, allow yourself to pause. When you notice stagnation, seek movement. This dance between cycles is what keeps us whole. Just as every cycle prepares us for the next, understanding balance also helps us build a resilient foundation for moments of growth and expansion. And that's exactly what we'll delve into next. How to grow in a solid and adaptable way. On life's journey, we all face challenges that seem to test our limits. The number 35 represents growth that stands strong even in adversity. It combines creative energy with the adaptability needed to face the unexpected. Growth isn't just about moving forward. It's about building something that withstands inevitable changes and grows with purpose, even during difficult times. Solid growth isn't about moving quickly. It's about asking the right questions. What do I truly want to achieve? And am I prepared to sustain this progress? Those seeking true growth understand that it requires patience, reflection, and constant adjustments. It's the ability to look inward and identify both strengths and areas that need improvement. I once met a young man who wanted to change careers but was afraid of failing. By applying the philosophy of the number 35, he realized that the first step to transformation was accepting that not everything would go as planned. He started small, investing time in learning, accepting constructive criticism, and adjusting his strategies. Today he leads in the field he once dreamed of entering, knowing his journey was built on patience and perseverance, not haste. Resilience, represented by the number 35, is the ability to adapt without losing sight of your goal. When faced with challenges, you have a choice: give up or learn from them. Resilience doesn't mean ignoring pain, but using it as fuel for growth. Ask yourself, what lessons can I take from this moment, and how can I apply them to strengthen myself? Additionally, the number 35 reminds us that true growth doesn't happen in isolation. Building a support network, seeking knowledge that enhances your skills, and maintaining a clear focus are fundamental actions. Don't be afraid to ask for help or reevaluate your steps. Growing solidly means being willing to change when necessary without abandoning your larger purpose. And when we talk about growth, an essential aspect is understanding how to maintain balance throughout the journey. Growth isn't the end goal. It's a process that prepares us for even greater challenges and more transformative opportunities. I know this year might have been tough. Perhaps you started it with grand plans, full of hope, only to find yourself lost along the way. Goals that didn't materialize, promises you made to yourself that were left unfulfilled. And now, looking back, all you feel is frustration, as if everything slipped through your fingers. But listen carefully. This doesn't have to be the end of your story. December is still here, and 1 month is enough to transform an entire life. It doesn't matter what happened until now. What matters is what you'll do from this point forward. How many times have you thought about giving up? How many times have pain and disappointment nearly convinced you that nothing is worth it anymore? I'm here to tell you that's not true. You didn't make it this far by accident. There's something much greater waiting for you, but you have to believe in it first. You might be thinking, but where do I start? I've tried so many times and failed. I understand that pain. I know the weight of feeling tired, of thinking the problem might be you. But let me tell you something I've learned from the most resilient people I've met. The turning point never happens on the easy days. It happens on the darkest days, when everything seems lost, and yet you choose to take one more step forward. Now is the moment to decide. December can be just another month, or it can be the month that changes everything. You still have time to reconnect with your dreams, to reclaim what feels lost. Start small, but start. Set a clear, simple goal and fight for it. It doesn't matter whether it's something big or small. What matters is that you don't stay still, that you don't surrender to the idea that the year is already over. Remember this: you're stronger than you think. Every pain you've endured this year has prepared you for this moment. Every tear, every disappointment, every door that closed. They all built the ground that will help you rise and try again. December can still be the best month of your life. But you need to believe, and you need to act. Don't let circumstances define who you are or what you deserve. And when you decide to move forward, something incredible happens. Life begins to respond. Doors that seemed shut start to open, and opportunities you thought were impossible appear. Because the universe rewards those who don't give up, those who keep moving forward, even when it's hard. This is your moment. Make it the beginning of something extraordinary. Throughout this video, you've discovered that December isn't just the end of another year. It's a unique opportunity to rewrite your story. We've seen that every challenge, every moment of pain or frustration holds a valuable lesson. It doesn't matter how the year started or what went wrong along the way. What truly matters is how you choose to finish it. This month can still be the turning point you've been seeking if you're willing to believe and take action. We talked about the energy of numbers and how they can be powerful tools for transformation. The number 7 showed us the importance of introspection, of looking inward and reconnecting with your essence. The number 11 inspired us to see beyond the obvious, to seek a clearer vision, and to find purpose in every step. The number 3 reminded us of the power of creativity, of turning thoughts into actions that bring real change. We also explored the number 4, which revealed how stability and discipline are fundamental to sustaining any dream. Without a solid foundation, progress becomes fragile. The number 26 taught us to respect life's cycles, to understand that not every moment is for harvesting, that pauses and balance are also part of growth. Finally, the number 35 showed us the strength of resilience, the ability to grow even amidst adversity. But do you know what's most important? You don't need to master all of this at once. It's not about making massive changes suddenly, but about taking the first step, even if it's small. Perhaps you'll start by setting aside time to reflect on what truly matters to you. Or maybe you'll choose one area of your life to focus on and apply what you've learned here. What matters is that you decide to act, that you don't let this month pass by like any other. If one thing is clear, it's that you still have the power to make this month the best of your life, and it doesn't matter what others say or what circumstances try to show you. What truly defines your future is your determination to keep going, even when the path feels difficult. Because life rewards those who don't give up, those who face challenges head-on and turn pain into strength. So, I ask you, what will your next step be? What will you do today, right now, to begin this transformation? Don't wait for another year to pursue what you deserve. December is here, waiting for you. And I'll be here, cheering for your journey. If this content resonated with you, like this video, share it with someone who needs this message, and subscribe to the channel to keep following content that will transform your life. And write in the comments, "December is my turning point." By declaring this, you're already affirming what you want for your life this year. Before you go, watch the next video on the screen. There, you'll learn how to take practical, powerful steps to achieve results that once seemed impossible. Don't wait. Click now and make this month the beginning of a new chapter in your life. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.